Good afternoon. We'll get started. I'd like to welcome Southern Utah student athletes, Sharita Doherty, and then we have Tamika Whitman. If you'd like to ask a question, please raise your hand, state your name and affiliation, and we'll get a microphone to you. For our guests on Zoom, please use the raise your hand function, and we'll go ahead and patch you in. Any questions?
Spencer McLaughlin, KSUU. Sharita, that shot you hit in the quarterfinals has now propelled your team all the way here. How does it feel to be kind of at the center of that particular moment and at the center of this team as well that's dancing for the first time ever?
I think that shot was just my lucky day. I happened to be the one that had to take it, so I think it just played out in my favor. I think the fact that we're here is just a testament to everybody's hard work, the whole team's hard work, the coaching staff. I think it's just amazing to be here. We are super grateful to be here, and it's been fun.
Tyler Horka, Blue and Gold Illustrated. For both of you guys, the news that Olivia Miles will not play for Notre Dame came out today. I'm just curious if you're familiar with her game, kind of watching throughout the season, your impressions of her, and then what it's going to be like to prepare to play Notre Dame without her.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Take that.
I think she's a phenomenal player. I hate seeing any player go down with an injury, especially knees. That's what it was, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't it ACL?
I don't know what it
or
was.
just a knee. But that's sad. I think it's really sad. I hate seeing stuff like that. I wish that it didn't happen to her. I think it's unfortunate for her and her team. I think we've prepped for them just the way that we would prep for any team. So I hate seeing players get hurt. So it's unfortunate.
Yeah. Like Sharita said, I think she's a phenomenal player. We've obviously seen a lot of their games even before we knew the matchup or anything. And it is very sad to see a player go down, especially the impact that she's had on their team. She's a really great player, has made a great impact for their team. Like Sharita said, we've scouted them with her, and now we can scout them without her. So I get it's very unfortunate, but it doesn't change our game plan with what we're planning on doing.
There's a question for both of you. I'm sure you've been big college basketball fans your entire lives. Here you are in the dance playing against Notre Dame. How do you try and kind of block out that feeling, just the spectacle of being here for the first time in program history and, focus on what the game presents as a challenge?
You want to go?
You can go
Okay.
first.
I think, it's a really special opportunity to be here. We can't treat it any differently than any other game we played, though. I think that the minute we start acting like we're playing, a really great team, really great school outside of our conference, I think that's when we can get a little stressed out and worried. So I think our main thing right now is just take it like first 5 minutes at a time. We're going to play a really great team, but we're also a really great team. We made it here. We made it this far. So I think it'll be a really great challenge, but just not worry too much about it.
Yeah, I think like Mika said, just treat it like any other team, any other game. I think, like she said, once you start getting yourself worked up about that you're playing a big school, big team, great team, I think the nerves settle in a little more. So I just think taking it like any other game, 5 minutes at a time, that's kind of been our motto for this year. So I think just treating it like any other game.
What has this experience been like for you guys so far? First NCAA tournament appearance. What are you looking forward to about just the experience of it all?
You can go first.
I've been answering first.
Okay. This is my second time making it to NCAA tournament. But here as a Thunderbird, I think it's been a lot of fun. It's everybody's first here, the coach is here, everybody, and it's just been like a phenomenal experience with everybody. I'm excited. That's really all I can say. From the moment we won, I've just been so excited just to get this opportunity that not a lot of people get. So, yeah, I can just say I'm really excited for our girls, for our coaches, for the team. I think I was just really happy to be here, and I think we could do great things.
Yeah, I think it's super exciting. It's been so much fun since we figured out we were coming here. Just the whole process has been fun. I haven't been before, so all of it's exciting. I think as a team we're super excited. I'm a super competitive person, so I'm happy to be playing on the big stage against a big school. I love competition like that, and I think it's good for us as a team. Like I said, our preseason was pretty tough, and we did play a few big schools, so I think we've been prepared for that, but I think it'll be a lot of fun. I think it's a good opportunity for us.
Tamika, you're the only player on this Thunderbirds roster that has NCAA tournament experience. Do you feel an even greater sense of leadership, responsibility, having that experience? Have you been giving advice to your teammates at all? Anything like that?
We haven't really talked about it very much, you know. Last time was here was with a different team, but you know, it's just an exciting experience. You know, telling everybody that's something we should be extremely thankful and grateful for. You know, to get out there, and we've been working hard for how many games have we played this season? That we just go one game at a time, focus on 32. 32 games we've been working hard every day this season. So it's just a really great opportunity to get the Thunderbirds out there some more and potentially win a game. So, yeah.
Andrew Mentok, Associated Press. With Miles out, Sonia Citrone is going to take kind of that more kind of facilitator, ball handling role. What have you seen from her in watching their games, and how is it to prepare for, I guess, kind of that contrasting style when she's not necessarily like the natural point guard that Miles was?
I mean, she's taller, so that's one thing that we have to be aware of. She shoots the ball outside the arc really well, and I think she gets the basket well. She just finishes well. And I know one thing we talked about is she's going to have the ball in her hands with that injury, or just, you know, she will have the ball in her hands, so that's just something that we've had to scout for. But in general, I think they're a lot bigger than us, so that's something that we're keying on. But, I mean, kind of have to we have to focus on all of them, I guess.
Yeah, when we like we said, we've watched a lot of the Notre Dame games before we've even got matched up to play with them. And like Olivia Miles is a great player, I think she's phenomenal as well. She does a lot of really great things for the team program. And with Miles being out, I think as we've scouted, she's been a lot more of their player that they go to for a lot of things they need. And so, yeah, like she's a little bit taller. We definitely have to watch out for some size matchups, but I think she's great, and I think we've scouted really well, so I think it'll be a good matchup for us.
Your team started 4-7 this year. You're 19-2 since then, if my math is right, which it occasionally is. What does it mean for you two, as two of the more experienced players, the senior leaders on this team, to have kind of grinded through that non-conference schedule, been 4-7, and now sitting here in the NCAA tournament?
I think it just a testament to how hard we've worked the entire season. I was out for a lot of it, so I have to give props to everybody else that really stepped up from how we started 4-7 and went on that 19-2 run to where we were beating some of the best teams in the WAC, and we were having fun while we were doing it. So I have to say, like, these girls really stepped up, did their part, and I'm really proud of all of them. So I think that's where it comes from.
Yeah, I think, like we said, the preseason was tough. I think aside from the schools we played, just dealing with everyone's injuries, we had injuries that we didn't expect, people fighting through injuries. I think there was just a lot of adversity that we had to figure out how to get through. Obviously, not having Meek for a majority of the preseason and a lot of the season, obviously, as you can see, that's hard. That would be hard to get through. But I just think our conference, our preseason set us up to do well in conference. I think it challenged us and helped us get through a lot of the tough things that we hit during conference. I think as a team, we just found ways to come together, and then getting Meek back, I think that was a big help for us.
Do we have any more questions? We're good? Okay. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
Is this your stand?
Yeah.
Great.
Some hecklers. I brought some hecklers with
Oh,
me.
good. Just be sure they ask questions.
Yeah, right.
We don't care what kind of questions. Okay, let's get started. I'd like to welcome Tracy Sanders, Southern Utah head coach, to the podium. If you'd like to ask a question, please raise your hand, state your name and affiliation, and we'll get a microphone to you. For our guests on Zoom, please use the raise your hand function to ask questions. We can start with questions from the audience, please.
Spencer McLaughlin, KSUU. Coach, you've accomplished what no other coach that's led this program has done before in being here. Now that you're here in South Bend and all the March Madness logos are everywhere, like what does it mean to you? How's it kind of settling in your mind?
Yeah, it's just exciting. I mean, I think as a group, we're super excited to be here. It's fun to see, the girls' reactions and, just walking in the hotel, walking in the locker room. It's kind of a surreal moment, some of us have been here before, but I think for them, it's just really fun to see them going through this experience. And, ultimately, this has been the goal since the beginning of the season. So to see it really happening it's an awesome experience.
Tyler Horka, Blue and Gold Illustrated. Coach, the news came out today that Olivia Miles will not play for Notre Dame in the NCAA tournament. With it coming kind of 11th hour like this, I'm curious how it affected your game plan, if you were planning as if she was going to play or if she's not. And now that you know that she's not going to play, what did the next 24 hours look like for you?
Yeah, I think we went into it just, planning for her to be there. We wanted to be our team to be as prepared as possible. I think, they're a great team. Whether she's on the floor, not on the floor, we're going to have our work cut out for us. So we just have to be ready. I don't think the game plan is going to change too much, but we just have to, be ready. They obviously have a lot of great players, a lot of different weapons, and so we need to be prepared and focused.
And then ironically, when you were a player at St. Mary's and played against Notre Dame in the NCAA tournament, Niele Ivey couldn't play in that game because she tore her ACL. I'm just curious, going all the way back, I guess 2.5 decades ago now, what you remember from that game and playing against Notre Dame?
It was a long time ago. I don't remember too much. It's funny, my coach from college pulled up, a little bit of those memories, and one of my assistant coaches pulled up the recap of the game. I don't know how she found it because I don't think we had internet back then. But, just an awesome experience as a player. I remember it was a pretty close game. I remember it was a tough loss. Things just didn't go our way there at the end, but obviously a great experience, and I think something that you just, like I said, it's something that you strive for every single year, and there's not a lot of teams that get to do it, and so it's just great to be in this position.
What have you been telling your team about dealing with the pressure and the different feel of being in a tournament like this?
Yeah, we haven't talked a ton about it. I mean, I think one of the messages this morning was like, it's another game. We're going to take it like any other game as far as, we focus on the first couple minutes and the first few possessions and just being ready to go, understand that we're going to be prepared. It's a great team, so there's not a lot of room for error, and I think they know that. But we've played big teams. We did a lot of that in the preseason, so they've seen that before. And I think we feel like we're kind of more at full speed right now than we were in the preseason. So we have way more healthy bodies now. We're just in a better place, and so I'm just excited to see how we come out.
Having Tamika Whitman back obviously helps a lot, but go back to those matchups with the Utahs and Oregons of the world. What do you want to see your team do differently to hang around?
I think for us, we're going to have to handle pressure, which has kind of been something that we've struggled with a little bit throughout the year. So handling the pressure, handling runs, coming together when things get hard. I think that's been one of the things that I feel like we learned from that tough preseason was that, when things get hard, like we come together, we figure it out. And throughout this conference season, I mean, we've been really tested as far as overtime games, close games, coming back down 16 or whatever it is. This is a team that I feel like when the pressure's on is when they shine, and I kind of have a joke about it. I said that to them, I think, in the New Mexico State game, one of the timeouts, hey, this is when you guys shine, and it really is. I mean, to their credit, they've been able to do that. So I'm just excited for them to have this, like I said, this opportunity.
kind of going a little bit off of that, obviously Sharita's shot is one of the moments of March, and March is kind of all about that magic. How much do you believe in that, the idea that a team can kind of make those moments possible? And obviously one game is different from the next, but can you kind of ride that momentum into a spot like this?
Absolutely. I mean, I think in the position that we're in, we have to. You know, you see it every year. There's upsets and just miraculous plays or different things that happen in games, and that's why we play the game. I mean, that's why they call it March Madness, right? So I think for us, it's just, you know, I think we are in a good place right now. I think we feel good as a team. So I think we're ready to just go out there and kind of, you know, show the world what we can do.
What does it mean for your program, for Southern Utah women's basketball, to be here, considering where it was when you took it over 5 years ago?
Yeah, it means the world. I mean, this is kind of, like I said, this is the goal, is that we want to be a team that every year is competing for championships. And, you know, it's been fun to see the progress of that. And obviously, there's been great players these last few years that have really helped kind of buy into and build the program. I'm going to give my staff a ton of credit because I think I have the best staff in the country. And they've helped, you know, our team get better. We're always in the gym. They're the best scout team that we have. And so I think we just have a really close group, whether it's, you know, the team in general, us as a group, as a program. I think that they're bought in, and, like, we have winners. You know, we have people that want to compete. And I feel like we're finally at a point where winning is the expectation and losing is really, really hard. And I think when you get to that point, you know, you've created something special.
Any more questions? Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.